Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is Bruno, I'm Remy, and this is the second episode of our WR450F Rally Build. In the last episode we gave you guys an overview of all the parts, and in this episode we'll disassemble the bike and start some test fitting. Alright, so Bruno, where do we begin? What parts do we need to take off first? And yeah, what do we have in our kit that we are gonna test fit?
Well, of course the tank, because you have the two front tanks, two rear tanks go in place of the rear side panels, which also means the overflow tank has to go.
Okay. Do we need to drain the radiator as well?
No, it's just the overflow, so it's only after the coolant cap.
Okay, so yeah, the tank.
Well, maybe, because if you I don't know, because you have the other radiators have an offset.
Wait, we have to maybe check if the new radiators are the same size as the old ones. Otherwise we can just leave the old ones with the
on and put the little aluminum blocks.
Yeah, okay, so side covers, the seat.
Of course the seat, the tank, the headlight assembly. Front and rear fender, because we have new ones. Of course the exhaust.
Oh yeah, because the new exhaust goes under the bike.
I guess that's it for now. It's actually not that much.
No, okay, let's get to it.
Yeah.
Damn.
What was that sound? Did you hear that sound?
Let me check. Oh!
True hippie.
We lose.
Gang.
Okay, as you guys can see, we took off like basically all the fairing parts, including the rear fender. And since the whole bike is going to be white, I bought a new white rear fender. So we're going to swap it. Okay, so now everything that we're not going to use is pretty much taken off, so we can start the test fitting of the rally kit. So let's start with the front tanks or something.
What is it hitting now? It's leaning up against the bash plate. Oh, we have to take off the bash plate.
Okay, so it needs to go off the stand.
Yeah, I'll hold it and you can take off the bash plate.
Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so the left front tank is connected with one bolt for the moment, but we found that it's blocking, these wires are blocking where the tank should be seated. So I think we have to...
It should rest on the OEM rubbers right there.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's hitting the wires, so we need to pull them back a bit.
Yeah, where are we gonna put these? Because this is...
Yeah, just manhandle them back. Just manhandle them over this bolt.
Yeah, well, what we can do first is just cut the tie ups and then see how it wants to lay by itself, I think, and then move on from there. Okay, so the thing we've noticed is the left front tank went on pretty nicely because the radiator doesn't get in the way, but on the right side the lid hits the tank when we put it on. So I think that's why the kit has these little aluminum blocks that offset the radiators, because then the radiator would come up to here and it would just miss the tank. So do we change the radiators now, or
we can see if we can fit the little blocks.
Onto
these ones, yeah, and just leave them in place.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Okay, another discovery. Since the radiators are gonna be at an angle, this piece of radiator hose is not long enough to accompany for the extra distance. So as you can see here, this is a pretty long piece. So we think we have to, I think, swap it then. Yeah.
Is this one gonna be longer as well?
It must be.
Yeah, this one is longer as well.
So we have to change this one for this one and this one for this one, but we keep the OEM radiator, I think, just with the little blocks. Okay, let's drain the radiator fluid, the cooling fluid. Whoa. Let's drain the radiators with.
Let's just drain the coolant.
Let's just drain the coolant.
So, been a while since our last clip.
Yeah, it was more work than we expected, but as you can see, the radiators are now at an offset, and that's because we implemented we put in the little spacer blocks. Maybe you can see.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
If you can see them from here,
yeah.
This block, which has a slanted angle on one side, so it makes the radiator stand at an angle, as you can see, and that's needed because the bigger tanks need that clearance where otherwise the cap of the radiator would be. So that's why they put them at an angle. And also what we did is, because of the angle, we had to change the radiator hoses. These ones are with an angle and are a bit longer. So this distance was increased, and also from here to there.
Oh, and this one.
And also that one.
The one who bridges from radiator to radiator.
So luckily the kit included some old hoses which were still connected to the radiators, and we just cleaned them up, switched them, and put them all back together. Okay, so this is the different header, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
how close to the frame does this have to be right there? That's kind of the. Well, I guess we'll just kind of mount it loosely, and then once we get the other stuff on, we see where this has to run. Probably, cool. I think, pretty close to the frame, because where's the other piece? It's just kind of the shape of the frame. Yeah. That's right there.
Yeah. Plus, you can also see it with the mounting things for the.
Oh yeah.
For the how do you say,
so
the springs?
Probably a bit more inwards.
Yeah, and this is probably caused by the brake. If you put it back.
Oh, this is.
Like put it here.
Right. Well, it's kind of hard to mount.
Yeah. See where the brake pedal goes?
Yeah.
It's exactly that dent.
It has to be in a bit more, but the bike's leaning on the.
Yeah, but now the question is, where does this mount?
We got the tanks mounted pretty decently, I think.
Yeah, the angle is a bit better because before it was leaning so much to the side, and now it's.
Oh yeah.
Plus, like these little extras where the kickstand or the Kickstarter falls into place. It's so nice.
Looks so weird without the rest of the kit on it, just the big ass tanks.
Yeah.
Wow.
But now you can see why we needed to angle the radiators, because before it was hitting here, and now it's there's so much more clearance.
We test mounted the Airbox air scoop and the seat.
It looks so sick. Oh man.
Pretty easy to mount as well.
God damn,
it's actually, I like how the seat is still like the standard function. How you just take out the two the side panel bolts. You can just.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same as the OEM one.
I'm 192, and like, look how high this is.
It's like 6 foot 5 or something.
6'3" or 6'4". I think.
6'3", 6'4", and it's
really it's even tall for me.
Oh man, I'm 6 foot, and this is gonna be one one challenge to get on top of this thing. But it looks amazing though. God damn. This one goes here, we think. But I'm not sure how the rear tank is supposed to be mounted to the bracket. This will go here. Yeah. And then that will go there. This hole aligns with this hole, and this hole goes... Well, it sort of does and it sort of doesn't. Like this is for sure in the way. This piece we need to trim. But the other part... Well,
yeah, this is definitely, this has to be cut.
Let's start by taking a bit of this piece off, and then we'll see where we'll end up. Alright, so mystery number a million figured out. We found a little CNC'd piece with threaded on one side and with like a
collar on the other side.
Yeah, so the collar fitted perfectly into this rubber piece which we found, which connects to the tank and is bolted onto the frame that we found as well. So now if we tighten all of this up, I think the rear tank is a bit more supported. What I do think is that we need to figure out how to like overcome this gap.
Yeah.
This is so weird because it doesn't fit here. It doesn't fit here.
Because the bracket is actually in the way right there.
Now let's just investigate. Maybe take this one off again and then see.
We'll see
what we're left with. Because this is not the way to go.
Okay, so literally 5 seconds after we filmed the last clip.
About 2 seconds in, we came up with maybe a solution. You see how the bracket goes on the right side of the frame? What if we put it on the left side? Because it then gets closer to the left in its entirety, and the tank gets to come in closer as well.
Yeah, so no more weird hitting right there. Just some weird gaps.
No more play, no more free play.
Should work.
Should work. Let's get it. Okay, so we made it so that the fitment is way better because now the bracket is on the inside, and therefore the tank gets very close to the actual frame. It doesn't really connect here to the frame.
We got the right rear tank pretty well mounted up.
Yeah.
We got it all figured out with the mounts. The only thing is still there's a small gap right there.
But let's see. If I push it here, let's see how the gap aligns. If I push it, the gap gets smaller. So
yeah, there's basically no gap anymore. So we just someone once fell on this side. Yeah, actually, so you fell on this side pretty hard, but so maybe the subframe is bent or this bracket is bent. It's probably easiest to just bend this one back.
Exactly, because if you push it here, you saw that the gap closed. So
yeah,
maybe we'll do that in the future to line this up a bit better. But for now, we'll leave it. It's coming together, man. It's cool.
Really sick. I guess let's do the exhaust now.
Yeah, cool.
True hippie. True hippie.
Small little mock-up.
So as you can see, we put on the exhaust. It's still not as it should be because there's a mounting bracket missing, I think, because there's a threaded hole, but there's nowhere for it to go. So we have to find out something where that belongs. We need to find another location for the ECU because this CDI. Yeah. Okay, so we think we might put it here because that's the most.
If there's,
if it can just lie here or something, because this is the air intake, but it's. Well,
maybe we let it live inside the airbox.
Okay.
I think we're gonna call it a day right there.
Yeah.
We got this mounted up actually kind of okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way we did it, we untightened one of the screws, so we could offset the bracket a bit like this, so one of the bolts isn't connected and one is. So now it's moved a bit more forward, so now it's connecting overall pretty good. Okay, so we made a lot of progress today. Well, we can't really do the nav tower yet because we need to drill. But for now, the front tanks are on the bike.
Kind of. We still need to do the bottom mounts.
The radiators are connected with the other hoses and they're offset with the little filler blocks. We have a new rear fender, the 2 rear tanks. The exhaust is almost as it should be. However, there's still no bracket for disconnecting for this piece, but overall I'm pretty happy with how much we got done today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. As you can see, we have a long ass way to go, but if you like our content, please subscribe and follow us on our journey to our new Yamaha WR450 Rally Build. See you guys on the next one.
True hippie.